Hello everybody, this is Anna Laura Brown of AnnaLauraBrown.com, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about 7 essential oils that you can use to help boost your overall immune health. So obviously immune health is a really big deal right now with the pandemic we have going on, but honestly immune health really is something that should have been a bigger deal for a lot of people even before this. So hopefully if you haven't been prioritizing your immune health, then you really want to make sure that you do it now. And essential oils are one really great way to do it. They're not the only way, but they are one really great way. So let's talk about the 7 different ones that you can use to help with your immune health. So the first one is oregano. And oregano is a really classic oldie but goodie. Probably I would say put it in one of the top 20 essential oils for you to have on hand. And oregano has a lot of different uses. The biggest thing with oregano is it has very strong antibacterial and antiviral properties, which can in turn help boost your immune health. And the way that I like to use it is I like to, for starters, it's a very, very hot oil. So you don't ever apply it to the skin neat. You will burn yourself. Literally, you can get like 2nd or 3rd degree burns, so just don't do it. And so what you have to do is put a very small amount into a larger amount of carrier oil, like almond oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, something like that. And then put it like on the bottoms of your feet or somewhere where it can absorb into your skin. You also can put 1 or 2 drops into a veggie capsule, and then I recommend also adding in a couple drops of like olive oil or something like that to dilute it and then swallowing it with a glass of water. I have also heard of people putting like a drop in a glass of water and drinking it, but I won't recommend that because it's very, very hot and can burn your throat, and I don't think that that's a very wise idea. So personally, I feel like the best way is on the bottoms of your feet diluted. And you also have to be careful with oregano because it's one of those ones that can start backfiring if you use it too much. So personally, the recommendation I've heard is to only use it for about 10 days in a row. Then you need to take at least 10 days off. And while you are using oregano, you do also want to take probiotics at the same time because of how powerful of an oil this is when it comes to your immune system. Okay, the next one is clove. And clove essential oil is known as having the highest ORAC value of pretty much anything that there is. And if you don't know what ORAC value is, you can research it, but it basically is something that determines the ability of something with inflammation and or the ability to reduce inflammation in the body basically. And ultimately too much inflammation can really impact your immune system. So clove can be really good for that. Clove is another hot oil. It's not quite as hot as oregano, so you could technically put it on your skin without burning you, but I wouldn't ever recommend that you do that. So again, this is another one I recommend diluting in on the bottoms of the feet, or you can again also put it in a couple drops in a capsule and swallow it as well. Okay, then the next one is frankincense. Frankincense is often known as the king of essential oils, because of course frankincense is one of the gifts that the 3 wise men gave to baby Jesus. And frankincense is not really a hot oil, so you don't absolutely have to dilute it, but it still, I find, is a little better to dilute it. And again, bottoms of the feet, or this one you can also put like 1 drop in a glass of water and drink it, or do veggie capsules. And I might add that some of these, like, might seem a little weird, but I've actually heard of people diffusing oregano for pretty good benefits as well. So, might be something for you to try. Personally, I haven't really ever diffused oregano. I don't typically diffuse clove, but frankincense is another one you could diffuse to help cleanse and detoxify the air around you and help boost your immune system by making sure that you're breathing in good, high quality, clean air. Then the next one is Melaleuca, or otherwise known as tea tree. And this is another one kind of like frankincense. It's not super hot, but it's always good to dilute on the bottoms of the feet. Anyway, and you can take this one internally, like a drop or 2 in a capsule, or, a glass in water, but the taste is really, really nasty, I have to say, and the smell is not really great either. So, I guess it depends on the personal preference, but this is not one of my favorite oils when it comes to the smell. So what I typically sometimes will do, actually, if I'm feeling like I'm coming down with something, or maybe I've even got something already and I'm really trying to protect myself and my immune system, is a lot of times is I will put 1 or 2 drops of all of these oils together in a capsule and then swallow it. So that's an idea. Then the next one, rather too, is you have both cassia and you have cinnamon. And I just realized when I went to grab my essential oils for this video that I'm somehow out of cinnamon essential oil. I thought I still had a bottle with some drops left, but apparently I'm out. So it's going to have to be something I'm going to have to order in the next little while. I don't use a lot of cinnamon though. I typically use a little bit more cassia, and the main difference between them is they're both really good for your immune health, but cinnamon comes from the bark of the cinnamon tree, and cassia comes from the leaves of the cinnamon tree. And cassia is about 1/3 the cost of cinnamon. So from a cost perspective, cassia is definitely more, economical. Cinnamon typically, I mean, like I said, they both can boost your immune health. Cinnamon typically is a little bit more powerful for also helping to balance your blood sugars, whereas cassia doesn't quite do that. Cassia also has a tendency to be a little bit more powerful when it comes to cleansing from toxins, maybe even helping, like if you've got some kind of parasites or things like that, to try to help with the elimination of those in the body, that kind of thing. And cassia is another really, really strong essential oil, and you absolutely, just like oregano, do not want to ever put this one directly on your skin. And it needs to be very strongly diluted. In fact, a kind of funny but kind of sad story on this was when I very got my first bottle of cassia. It smelled so good with the cinnamon smell, because cassia definitely has a strong cinnamony smell to it, that I wanted to put it on my body with some lotion. So I had some unscented lotion, and I put like 1 or 2 drops of unscented lotion and rubbed it all over my legs. Well, I still basically got burned. I did recover. It wasn't like a burn that I couldn't get rid of or anything, but it turned my legs completely bright red. And I discovered then and there that even unscented lotion with cassia is not a good enough carrier. So some essential oils, the unscented lotion will be good enough, but with something like cassia and probably with cinnamon, it really isn't either. So you have that. Then last but not least is one that people might view as a little bit strange, but is lavender oil. And lavender oil is typically known as more the calming, helping to reduce stress oil, that kind of thing. But I have found that lavender can really help in boosting your immune system, because one thing that people don't take into account is that if you have a lot of stress or, anxious feelings, that kind of thing, that can lower your immune system. And you want to make sure to have good self-care practices and strategies for helping to lower that stress and to help you to relax and have feelings of more calmness, that kind of thing. And lavender can definitely do that. And the side effect of that is that it can help boost your immune system. So, this is a really good one diffused. It can be taken internally like a lot, but I typically don't do that with lavender. Also, bottoms of the feet's really good, just smelling out of the bottle, that kind of thing. This is one that doesn't absolutely have to be diluted, but it's never a bad idea. So anyhow, we have the 7 essential oils that can help to boost your immune system. So we have oregano, clove, melaleuca or tea tree, frankincense, cinnamon, cassia, and lavender essential oil. So if you have an essential oil that you feel like is really good for your immune health that I didn't mention below, or you have a comment or question you want to ask me about any of those, please feel free to put them in the box below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to continue to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And I will talk to you soon.